Hey you! Thank you so much for tuning in for this week's episode of the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. I'm your host, SlowpokeFelitos, bringing you guys episode 17 of season 3 of the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. And I gotta tell you, this week's episode is a banger because my cheeks, even to this day of the recording, they hurt from ear to ear. Only because we have the one, the only, the wonderful Wheezy C stopping by this week's show for the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. I had had as much fun talking to somebody for 3 hours in such a long time. And with this 3 hours, it was just nothing but laughter after laughter after joke and after fumble, but like in a good way because we even got over 30 minutes of unedited footage that could not make it into the podcast. And we narrowed it down to an hour and a half. Only because it just seems fitting that like a lot of the stuff that I wanted to get out of Wheezy C was mainly the mental health aspects of how to deal with like the pressure of being a father and having to juggle with a job that he sort of works, but at the same time following up with like, does he really have what it takes? Does he believe in the things that he does for his streaming, whether it's bartending, whether it's his cosplaying, whether it's like TikTok videos that he does throughout his streams? All of that and then some that I do not want to give away any more spoilers than I have already right now. Before we continue, please, this keeps the lights on the House of Slowpokes more than you know by liking the video, sharing it, and subscribing. Without any further ado, the wonderful Wheezy C, Wheezy_C, on this week's episode of the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. Let's go!
We'll do it like TV style.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go like, all right, ready?
Sure.
5, 4.
Finally, in the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show, we have the one, the only Wheezy C in the house. Wheezy,
Oh, you're gonna make me blush.
no, keep blushing, all the blush, man. Start sweating all profusely from everywhere, your armpits, forehead, everywhere, like I am right now.
Dude, my kneecaps right now are just like damp, you know?
Yes, I've done I've done my part. Wheezy, welcome to the show. It is finally great to have you here in the House of Slowpokes. Welcome to the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show, man.
Thank you so much for having me, Slowpoke. This is I'm super stoked right now.
As you should be.
Super stoked to be here. That's right. Damn right, son.
No. all in good fun because what you bring to the table as a Twitch streamer is very unique, and I would like to dive into that in just a little bit. I just want people to know just a little bit about yourself. So, Wheezy, please introduce yourself. Who are you, and where do you stream at?
Folks, my name is Wheezy C. I stream on Twitch. On my computer. Do you want like a geographical location?
Yeah, please. If you could point to the map right here.
Oh, okay. Yes. So you'll see here at a x coordinate y interval -43 degrees. That is I'm from Utah.
Sure. All the social media platforms and they're on the galaxy. TikTok, Instagram, OnlyFans, not yet?
No, we're working on it. I got some ideas. I got to find enough people that are for the dad bod.
You're an advocate of that too, by the way, right?
Oh, full on advocate. I feel like it's more of a tool than it is just like an appearance, So
okay,
I pick up my daughter, right? And I don't have any hips. Like these hips don't lie. They're not there. Like they don't exist.
Right.
But if I prop her up a little bit more, you got that little gut shelf, You kind of
Yes.
give yourself like a little support. It's like a tool, and then yeah, man. Like at work, I'll lift up like heavy boxes and I'll just like put them on my gut, and then I can just like pop the gut out a little bit, get the heavy box up on the shelf. It's great.
Yeah, and you get all the googly eyes coming at you. Wow, dad bod.
Oh my god, yeah, he's like embodying this right now. Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, as a father and a loving husband, and then also just being a streamer, I do say that carries a lot of like added pressure. You would think, right? Because you have to find time for all of that and mix it into one, and still find time for your hobby of choice here, man. Right?
Oh yeah, dude. It's a juggling act. Like definitely. Luckily, thankfully, my wife Jane is an awesome person and very supportive, and is like, she realizes like this is like a goal of mine, and like I really enjoy it. Like I love doing this, and one day would love to get it to a profession. Out of that hobby category, but like she's super cool with it, and I'm just like upfront with my viewers too. Like, listen, there might be a small child that runs through here.
Okay.
And now, like, they all get more excited when she's on camera than when I show up. They're like I'll pop in, I'll be like, "Hey guys," and they're, the chat will go like, "Yo, howdy, Wheezy," and then like Nova will come running through, and they're like, "Oh, it's your kid! She's so cute!" And I'll like bring her up, and like chat goes wild, and I'm like, "Okay, well, glad to know who you guys like more. This is fantastic."
You have the superstar cameo coming by.
Exactly, dude. I call her my co-host, and everyone's like, "Finally, like the content can begin now that she's here. This is great." I know.
I mean,
but no, man, it's it is a juggle. It is definitely a juggle to spend time with everybody. If I could, like, I would totally stream like 5 days a week, full time.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be there, see my little girl, and hang out with my wife as much as I can. So I've actually cut down. I used to do like 4 days, and now I'm doing 3.
Mm-hmm.
Just cut a day out, just to make sure I have like at least one full day dedicated to them, and then like, you mix it in with life and make it all work. But yeah, it can be a challenge sometimes, definitely.
Well, when you made that essential adjustment of like from 4 to 3, has that significantly made a difference in your life?
Oh yeah. For the better, honestly. Not even just relationship wise with family, but my mental health too.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it to take a day to be with them, but also this gives me time to like edit now. Just kind of I'm just trying to like prioritize what I'm doing each day, and it's actually been really nice for like me mentally, because like before it was just like fitting anything in whenever I could.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that can be just difficult.
Yeah, it's kind of a challenge nowadays to keep yourself busy with like a hobby or like things to add to your life. And so like essentially initially when you streamed over here on Twitch, you brought this level of like entertainment with your bartending skills. I gotta ask, are you a fully licensed bartending holder, or is it just like like a hobby too as well that you picked up?
It was born out of me being a cook and being drunk on the line all the time.
What, on the job, this guy?
Oh, dude, the cook life, man.
No, please do tell.
It's dude, it was so much fun. So much fun, but kind of destructive. And I just got so used to like drinking these like, just, I'm gonna call them basic drinks, like your Jack and Coke, your 7 and 7s.
Okay.
I wanted, being a cook, I was like so into flavors and building things on top of each other and like making that all work. And I was like, I kind of like dove in and just started watching some YouTube videos on like how to make what was it? I think the daiquiri. No, I started with old fashions.
Okay. Simple.
Just trying to learn how to do that. And then I started watching this guy, How to Drink. His name's Greg. And the way he describes everything and like puts it into, he dumbs it down enough for for me. And it's like, cooks will use like the freshest ingredients and like the best products, because that's what gets you the best results. You know what I mean? Right. And he's like, drinking should be the exact same way. If you have like a favorite whiskey, you should use that whiskey because you like it, and it helps. And then you have like fresh lime juice and fresh citrus or herbs, and it makes a whole huge difference in the drink from going from like mixers to making your own. And that just kind of like blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I could do like what I'm doing with food, but with alcohol, and I get to test all these drinks out. Like, sold, man. Yes. Sold. I'm there.
Right. And you integrated that really well onto your streams, because to me, that was one of the first times I've ever seen you on stream, was you bartending, and someone else made a special cameo, and that was your mother, I believe it was. Yeah.
Dude, I think you caught the flaming Dr. Pepper episode.
That was probably that,
dude.
Your mother, man, she's like very such a heartwarming person, man, when she stopped by.
Dude, she is like the fucking best. Like, for real. She is such a trooper. She is very fortunate to have the parents that I do. They are like so supportive. Like, to the fact that my mom is willing to come on to Twitch and do shots with me. Like, all right, dude. She is just like, she'll like share stuff that I do with like her Facebook friends and tell people about it.
Oh
And
wow, okay.
they're just they're like they're fully for it. It's awesome. My dad still gives me a hard time. Like, oh yeah, I gotta watch your kid because you're playing video games tonight, huh? Like, he's just giving me shit, but they are both very supportive. But that Flaming Dr. Pepper episode was a hoot.
Right, yeah. I mean, they're totally understanding about it too, because like essentially, initially, a lot of people that with their parents, they kind of don't get it, or they're just like, yo, they think it's just a distraction. Like my folk, especially my mother, Mama Slowpoke, she was just like, "Are you just gonna play video games? What the hell are you doing?" And it's like, dude, literally sit down and watch me what I do. Like you see these people that come on by, they want to make conversation or they want to share with you some stuff, and then of course because they're Hispanics, it's kind of hard to almost translate that into what we're doing here. And essentially we're giving people some space of like a place to belong. And I believe what we're doing, especially for yours, man, like you'll sit in a just chatting stream for X amount of hours and you'll be like, all right, it's time to game now. It's like, okay.
We just did a whole ass stream just talking, and then we're like, all right, well, I guess we'll play a game for an hour or something.
Yeah, it was like 3-4 hours chatting, and then all of a sudden, like, all right, cool, let's play for an hour.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome, man. That's one of my like. So I started out doing like just trying to focus on gaming, and I do not have the skills to make my content all about gaming. Like
that or the patience, right? Probably.
Oh yeah, dude. Sometimes, man, I've gotten better with my gaming and my patience, but yeah, just being terrible at it all the time was kind of rough. And so I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
One day I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do a just chatting stream. I'm not gonna play a game. I'm just gonna spend the whole time. We'll watch some YouTube videos, maybe some clips. Like people can send in links or whatever, and that's also kind of how like the whole TikTok DM like got brought into the lineup, and I had so much fun that first stream just talking to people that I was like, okay, we're definitely doing that.
And that was a good turnout?
And oh yeah, like it was I don't know, it was just so chill, and I love talking with everybody. Like I get a ton of shit from them and I give it right back, and it's great, man. Like I don't know, it was hard to explain. Like just doing that first just chatting stream, after that I was like, okay, we're doing this every stream. Like we're gonna start out and we're just gonna shoot the shit, and if we got time after, great, we'll play a game. But I don't know, man, it's cool. I like it.
It's like you found your niche and now you're running with it in a sense. And
I'm like as fast as I can, I'm like taking inhaler puffs as I'm running, like just to keep going. Like keep going.
yeah, because you do like for a long time, and then you mentioned about how like you implement YouTube videos, you have people send you stuff over on TikTok. That segment that you have with the whole TikTok DMs, how did that even begin, dude?
Oh my god, man. I don't remember the first time that I was like, hey, we're gonna watch these TikTok DMs. I think I might have saw a video and I wanted to show everybody like, hey, look at this funny thing I saw on TikTok. And I don't know, maybe someone sent something in while I was live, and I was like, let's watch what they sent. And it got to the point where I have like 10 or 12 viewers that send in stuff. I've had to put a paywall up. So I require now that you are subscribed to tier 1 before I will react to your TikTok videos. And I've had to cut it back so much because I'm running at like 3-hour TikTok segments because I have so many DMs that I'm trying to get through.
Right.
And then my ADD just kicks in like hardcore when I'm streaming. And so like I'm going off on tangents. Someone came in the other day and they were like, hey, you should check out this browser game. And I ended up playing it for like a half an hour in between TikTok videos. So sometimes it can be like
just a little bit
it could be a little overwhelming sometimes. But yeah, man, it got to the point where I took that month off and I didn't touch my TikTok messages at all for that whole month. I came back with over 600 TikTok DMs.
Huh?
From people.
How many? 600?
Yeah, over.
Oh my gosh.
That's just that's just rounding it, simplifying it. It was more than 600, but yeah, dude, I would that every day I would.
Oh my god.
I got on. I would just check the messages, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, I don't even need a For You page anymore for myself. Like I'll just
Oh,
go through my
man.
TikTok messages and it's everybody's For You page.
Right, dude. That's essentially a great idea with putting in that paywall, man. Because like,
I had to. I was like, if people kept coming in, I just got worried. I was like, I can't keep up with the people I got sending me TikTok videos, and so I was like, all right, whether you're gifted or you subscribe yourself, that's when I'll react to your videos. But
do you have
just
do you have a listing though of like who can, or is it kind of like you go on a limb like, oh, I'm gonna have to do my research and find this person?
Usually it's like the same 10 people, and I know already that they keep subscribing or they've been gifted. Just because it's been so like consistent. Every now and then I have to look at a name and I go, I think so. Whatever, we'll watch it. We'll watch it anyway.
Yeah,
it was nuts. Like it got to the point where I was spending more time scrolling trying to find the last video we left off on, because I would heart it, and that's how I would know where to start for the next TikTok thing. I was scrolling back clear to like fucking November. People had been sending me stuff that I hadn't been able to catch up with.
Gosh.
It's been nuts, man. It's super fun, and it's like a really chill thing just to like sit back, and it's been cool too, because like I kind of start to like really understand people through their humor on their TikTok DMs.
Right, that's correct.
I didn't expect this at all. Like I can watch something and I'll watch like 3 or 4 videos and I could probably guess like, okay, this was from Dill, this one is from Krim, this one, like, oh, that's definitely a Katie video. Like, I just kind of like you get to know them. It's kind of cool, man. It's been like, for me, it's almost brought me closer to the viewer and like my community by seeing their humor that they send me. And sometimes they just try to get me to like scare me, because I hate spiders, and I should have never.
Okay.
Should have never fucking said that to them. Should have never said that to them, because then like the next 2 TikTok days was just like spiders,
no.
jump scare spider, like
right.
Those sons of bitches. I'll get them back.
No, but see, that's really interesting, Wheezy, because like you have this, like you have people like they walk out with your reaction, that genuine like that laughter, that energy, that aura that you bring to them, and then you walk out with the knowledge of like what their humor is, and then also like the fact that like they may try to hint you at something like, hey, this is my taste of music, or like this is what gets me through a funk, and it's like that's really interesting, man. You get that, you build that almost that database of like, okay, these are
exactly. It was great. I never would have like expected that from TikTok videos, but it has like given me a sense of like a connection to my viewers and the subscribers that send me stuff. Yeah. And now I'm like, I'll send them back now. I've started being like, all right, well, if you guys are going to send me all this shit, I'm going to send you some stuff too. So
that's awesome.
Like just to try to like, and I try to tailor it for each person, or I'll just send them whatever I think is funny. Like, I don't know. It's been really cool, man. Yeah, it can be kind of mentally draining going through that much, that many TikToks at a time. That's overstimulating. It's super fun. Yeah, kind of
overstimulated. With those 600.
I gotta like, I've even cut that back. Like I only do it Sundays now, and I can only watch like 5 videos from each person, because that gives me time to like react and everything. But it is like, it's just kind of like, holy shit, dude, we just watched like 75 videos. Like that was nuts.
In under what, 2-3 hours or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, I did good last time. I only went 2.5. I was like, we got to cut this down. I got to do other stuff.
So wait, so you structure, do you structure your shows? Because essentially it's basically like a show. Like you structure them where like, Sundays you have the TikToks, and then like, where does the bartending go in the mix, man? No pun intended, because mixed your drinks.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that was good. Did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking perfect. So bartending is on Wednesdays, and it started on Wednesdays because I used to do so the whole thing started as me just drinking whiskey. I just called it whiskey tasting Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. And I would buy a new bottle of bourbon or rye, scotch, and I would just taste it and like give notes on it. And I was getting like way too drunk doing that
that's bad.
On stream. Well, because like I also made the mistake of being like, all right, well, any hydrates that you guys do, I'll do it with my drink. And that's kind of slowed down a little bit. I'm like, all right, I'll take a drink, but then I'm gonna have some water this round.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
good call.
But the what we drink in, man, it has it's evolved a lot, and I love doing it. I love that hobby and just being able to like share with people.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I mean, I have a pretty basic knowledge of it, but like I think I have enough where I can teach some technique and, you know, really show people like, okay, you drink this, you really taste the citrus, but then it's really cool. It kind of blends into the alcohol, and then like you really want to pay attention to the flavors that you're experiencing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it started out as me just taking little sips of whiskey and describing it to now full on like making every drink I can think of.
Yeah, and,
so
it's not just like you serving yourself a drink or mixing up on your table. You actually have a set base of like your set table. You have all of your tools and everything, man. Like gradually over time, did you have that already initially planned? Like this is probably what I'm going to end up doing, like on stream.
Not at first.
Okay.
At first, like I was just like, all right, well, you know, I like cocktails. Maybe I'll make them on stream and then we'll drink it and then we'll play a game, whatever. And then I started noticing like people were asking questions about the drink and like wanting to see really what I was doing and how I was making it. And I was like, oh, maybe there is like some of them were people that don't even drink.
Oh,
they just like watching me make the drink and talk about it, and they'll get in and they'll be like, I don't even drink alcohol, but I just enjoy watching you make the drinks and talking about them. So I was like, well, shit, okay, maybe this could be something cool. So I got an L-shaped desk and I set up my bar on my right side, and I would like turn around and like talk like this while I was mixing drinks. And I talked to my wife about it. I was like, you know what? I think I could really find like a niche with the cocktail making and have something that, you know, I thought it would be really cool. Like you kind of said, like a host, like it's a show. I wanted it where like I could do an overlay that like comes in, and then when it comes back up, it's a totally different scene. And so we finally figured out like, all right, we could actually do this. We found like a killer deal on the table, and I was like, let's fucking go for it, man. Like we'll just go full with it. So that's what we've done, and I'm continuing working the kinks out because I stream it live and then I edit it down for YouTube videos.
Right. The What We Drinking is a series over on your YouTube channel that you've been putting in a few videos. You've been putting in a few videos here and there, right? I think the Dr. Pepper one or something like that, right? Was in there?
No. I actually just started doing the YouTube when I moved into this bigger room.
Okay.
Because I just like I said, I couldn't find time to edit them. I didn't know how I wanted it to look. Having this, basically me taking that month off was like, all right, I'm going to reprioritize everything about the stream, how I want the openings to go, how I want chatting to be, the bartending stuff. Like it was a total revamp, and came back super refreshed. And now it's like, I think I started, what was the first episode I did? I think it was, I made like 2 different daiquiris.
Okay.
And I put it out there, and I've done, I don't know, like 6 or 7 now, I think. What We Drinking videos, and I got another one coming out Wednesday. Just saying.
There you go. Wow, great plug-in right there. Well, the one that I watched recently was the Manhattan one, if I'm not mistaken. That's the That one was really creative, man. The way that
was fun.
Those when you make these kind of drinks, are they kind of like the first time you make them, or you've been making them for a while, or have you almost like wanted to test the waters of like, hey, I've never made this drink before. Let's go ahead and actually make it, see if I like it or not.
It's been right now it's been a lot of repeat because when I moved in here, I was like, okay, I can really make this a content thing now. Like this can really be something that I can put out there, put on different platforms, really get my name out there with it. And so I restarted with my catalog. Basically, I started over. So I'm remaking drinks that I had previously made when it was at my little, ghetto kind of
on a budget. How about that?
Call it. Yeah, budget. There we go. Budget, the budget bar. But no, when I was doing it the other way, there were definitely drinks that I had never heard of, never made before, and I was like, this sounds really good. Let's go for it. A lot of those were like tiki drinks, and I ended up loving them. So it's been cool. I got to find like new recipes myself, and we're doing it live, so it's like if I make it and I'm like, I don't know if I like that. Like I don't know if that works for me. Like I can change the recipe and then I can post the recipe my way.
Right.
After, like, you know what? I think that needed more sweet. Like I think that needed to be a little bit more sweet, or like I need to scale the alcohol back a little bit. Like I didn't taste anything else. I can kind of remake it, really like, fix it for my palate. And I don't know. It's been cool, man.
Yeah,
It's been really cool.
And then the fact that you're putting these out and editing them over onto your YouTube page, like from the whole stream, like that's got to be tough, right? Because you can almost paint us the picture of like how long does one take, at least for your sake, where you take that video, basically that whole stream, that part, you cut it up, and then the editing process. How long does it take to even like put out a YouTube video for that?
Oh man, it takes me a while because I'm still so new at editing. I've gotten faster. And I can like really tell, like, okay, I think, you know what, that's definitely a cut there. Take this little section of, quiet out.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at it, but it can be up to, I think the longest what we drink and I've done has been like 2 hours that I've been standing at the bar just chatting and making drinks.
Because again, this is live, yes.
Yeah.
Twitch.
And so I have to download that huge 2 hour file. It's like 10 gigs every time. Yeah. And go through that whole 2 hours because I'll use stuff from beginning to end, and it takes me a good little while. I don't have like an exact number, but it's a while.
Yeah, but the satisfaction that you get though for putting that out there for YouTube has garnered a lot of traction in a sense where like it's slowly picking up because you yourself are responsible for putting out the information where like, you know what, I'm gonna post it on my social media platforms, and like I'll have like people that are in my community to freaking put that out there for me and stuff, and do me the favor of like, oh, you know what, yeah, like my video is out and people are doing their due diligence and like almost helping you out in a boost. Like sometimes I'll see your videos and be like, all right, cool, I know for sure for a fact that it's gonna be a banger of an episode, and so like, all right, cool, here you go, promote easily. And it's just like, okay, it's
awesome,
and it's great because like
I appreciate that.
No, and it's great to see that because it's really awesome to find someone very different from all these other platform streamers where they say that they're variety streamers. They play different games or they're doing different like maybe cookings and stuff like that. But you over here like making like drinks, and then like you're also at one point you were doing and I was amazed by this because one, you were sick while you were doing this. A Bob Ross painting stream. That one was awesome, dude.
I was like a day off of not having a cold during that first one, and so I had like this grungy like, hey guys, I know that we're gonna paint this. Like I had to have my wife come in and like read chat because I was like, I can't talk for that long right now.
It
I don't remember how that got started. I think someone was just like, dude, you're like Bob Ross. Like someone could like compared me to Bob Ross or something. I don't know about what, but
his mannerisms
from there,
or
it was
what?
just like, I have no idea. Yeah, like I have no idea. And they like, someone was like, dude, you should do a painting with Bob Ross. And I was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And so I put it out there. I found a video of his, and I really liked the painting that he did. And I was like, fuck it, guys, let's do this. Like, and I had like 3 mental breakdowns during that stream, and it was great. It was so much fun.
Well, that and because you actually went all out, you actually bought like the little handle thing you put for the painting.
Yeah,
the
dude.
Canvas. I remember, and then one of the brushes didn't work or whatnot.
I bought like the cheapest like value pack brush set because I never realized how like expensive art shit is.
They're stupid expensive, man.
Oh my god, man! I had no idea. I was like, I'll go buy a few paints, couple brushes, pick up a canvas, we'll be fine. No, it's like much more than that. But so I found like the cheapest brush set I could get, and it showed. It definitely first like dunk it in the paint thinner, like kind of brush it out. I noticed some bristles flying everywhere. I'm like, oh, it's new. It's got a started painting. That first painting I did, there were so many hairs, like brush hairs stuck in that painting, and I was like, they're staying. Like I don't care, they're staying in it. Like,
it's just a part of it now.
Yeah, that's what makes it mine. There's character to it now. But yeah, I went to like wring the brush out, and I had some paper towels, and I like pulled it, and I like tried to get some of the paint out of there, and just the whole thing, all of the bristles came out, and I was like, now what? How am I gonna do this?
Imagine you're with the raspy voice, so you're like, what do I do, guys?
Like, Jade, look at this. What are we gonna do?
Or you're sounding like a what do you call it? Like if Bob Ross went through like 40 packs a day or some shit like of cigarettes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, we got some happy trees. Come on, come over here. I don't know. Maybe he has like a Brooklyn accent now. I don't know.
I guess you're Bob Ross.
Yeah, my Bob Ross is definitely like from Jersey or something.
I kind of almost wanted to say Bob's Burgers because before the stream we were talking about how behind me we have the whole Bob's Burgers family, and I know you're a big fan of them too. And before the stream we hit record, I was telling you how like they're coming out with a movie and stuff, and
that's crazy, man. I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The popularity of the show, man, is getting to the point where now you're getting a movie out of it, man.
Yeah, I thought Bob's Burgers did such a good job too. Like, I started watching it when I was a cook, and people compared me to Bob a lot. I don't know, the dad bod and the stash. I don't know, but
I can see that.
they do a really good job actually of like showing like what the cooks get excited about. Like, Bob's ordered these new coat racks on one episode, and he's like so excited, and he gets them, and they're like these tiny little miniature like coat rack things, and he's like so bummed out. Or there's an episode where he gets new stool tops for his bar, and he's like so excited, and he like talks to the spatulas and stuff. I was like, dude, you're like, I do that. No, that's real. Like, you talk to your produce, like you talk. I don't know, man. They just did a really good job, and that's kind of what got me into them. I was like, my God, like someone has definitely worked in food service that is writing for this show. Like, the way they have like the kitchen set up in his restaurant, everything, like they're definitely someone was a cook or a chef before doing that, because they do a really good job with it.
Yeah, and again, they're getting a movie out of this, so best believe we're gonna be.
I know, that's awesome.
Opening weekend premiere, man. You can expect us there.
Oh, dude, we can cosplay it.
Yeah, dude. There's a picture surfing around one Halloween. I guess me and my ex were supposed to dress up as like I don't know what it was, but it ended up being last minute. I had a full beard and everything, right? Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I have my costume sucks. I have a coat. I have the hair of Bob. Wait a minute. I go to shave all of this, and I get it to where like it's Bob's stash. I grab my spatula, come down the stairs. She is mortified. What the hell happened? I'll see if I get that.
Like, surprise! We're doing this now.
For real, dude. And yeah, best believe that was a interesting Halloween. But
oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, but dialing it back to the Bob Ross painting, because you mentioned painting and drawings is essentially with what kind of revolves around. You have people that are essentially fans of your show, and you in general, that draw you some fan mail. Or
they do. You can kind of see one back up there by the mask. That is from one of my day one viewers, and she's my mod, and we work together, and she's just awesome. She's a good friend of mine. But awesome. She has I did like a 12-hour stream when I was like very new. Okay. I think I might have done it for like hitting 100 followers or something, possibly, or maybe 50. I don't remember. But I did a 12-hour stream, and after it, her and some friends of hers came and picked me up, and we tried to go to McDonald's, and ended up being closed. It was like the middle of winter. I was dressed in a Among Us cosplay for my little Among Us character, which had like a lab coat and a red beanie.
Okay.
And so I stole a butcher coat from my job, and I was wearing that. I had a red beanie on. I put some big old ski goggles on from my mask, and we went. And we were like driving around, like going into places, and I looked like that. And we came back, and there's a Sinclair kind of by my house. They were dropping me off, and they were like, "You need to go ride that dinosaur right now." And I was like, "I'm like, are you kidding? I don't think my old ass can get up on there anymore, guys." Like,
mind you, Sinclair is a little gas station area. Some places
yeah, they're just, it's a gas station. Their logo is a dinosaur, which is kind of morbid if you think about it, because it's like gas and like fossil fuels and. It's kind of fucked up, but anyway. But they're like, dude, you need to go get on that dinosaur right now. And I was like, all right, fine. Yeah. And so I go up there. They took a video of it. I think the video's on my Discord. Okay. Possibly. But anyway, I got up down there and I just posed, and they took a snapshot of it. And like a year and a half later, Katie drops this painting off to me, and it's me riding the Sinclair dinosaur through space. It's awesome, man. I got other members in the community. I'm very lucky, and like it's really cool. Just how like many creative people
Mm-hmm.
have found me, like through other streams, through just, happen to stumble upon the stream one day. They're all very creative and talented, and I've had so many different like renditions of myself through like digital media, drawings. Like right now, her name is M.
Okay.
She's also a Twitch streamer, but she is writing like a whole short story about me.
Oh, a fantasy novel, right, or something like that.
Yeah, because I send her these like god awful, cringy peanut butter TikToks all the time. Because I know that she hates them, and so she's like done this whole. It's like a 3-parter right now,
Okay.
and another person made a trailer for it, and they're dubbing over the audio, like making it an audio book. It's like out of my control. Like this just happened, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is fucking dope. Like this is amazing.
That is the creative aspect of like these wonderful people that have taken the time out of their day to make this for you, man.
Yeah, it is so cool, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah,
like, it's such a good feeling. Like you get this like funny, like it's very well done, but it's like it's hilarious. I'm gonna grab it. Hang on.
Sure, yeah, go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
grab
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Grab it, yeah.
Like, look at this thing.
Wow.
I don't know if
That
you
is
can see it great with my light.
No, that's a beautiful drawing, man. Hold
Look
a
at
little,
that.
little higher, a little higher.
A little higher.
There
I'll
you
cover my
go.
face up. Dude. Like she did such a good job with it, and like it's me flying through space on this Sinclair dinosaur. Like it's hilarious.
And it's like, how is he flying in space? How are you? That doesn't matter.
None of that matters. None of that matters. But no, man, it's such that is like, I've never had that happen before. Like people doing these, I just call them fan arts. Like
Essentially, that's what they are. Yes.
yeah, and I've never like they've made like memes out of me and everything, and I'm like, I'm fucking here for it, dude. This is amazing. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So I guess my question to follow up with that would be, did you ever think in your Twitch career or like in your hobby of choice being this that you would ever receive like fan mail?
no, definitely not. Definitely not. I never expected to get out of like double-digit followers ever. Like, I was like, you know what? This will just be a hobby. I love doing this. People might come in, they might talk, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the broadcasting side of it.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be like a radio DJ.
Okay.
So I was like, whatever. This is great. I'll get some gear here and there. It'll be fine. But to have it like get to the point where it's at now is like so amazing and not expected. So it's a cool feeling, man.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I mean, you had just passed the 200 followers ceiling, correct?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man,
We did it.
it might have been a tough road to get to, but I mean, once you start breaking those barriers of like 200, 300, 400, it just seems a little bit you gain that momentum and you're soaring up higher and higher and higher.
Exactly.
Has at every point prior to like hitting 200 or even 100, where even prior to taking that month break off from streaming, that you kind of had that frustration or that momentum was like running thin because of, I don't know, creative differences between you and like, I don't know, just trying to see what the demographic you're trying to lead to, either to people please, or for your sake of entertainment, people are going to follow with that.
Right. There was definitely like some frustration. Definitely. Because I was like, man, I'm putting a lot into this and I am not seeing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And finally I kind of looked at it bigger picture and I was like, okay, it's because I'm not like utilizing other platforms. I think that was a big part of it too, and why it took me quite a while to hit that 200.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I need to start getting some content out there. I think I got something good. I think I need, I really need to push it.
Yeah.
Stop trying to get discovered just on Twitch, because that's very hard to do. Some people can, it happens for them and that's awesome, but a lot of times just doing the Twitch thing it can be very challenging because there's a lot of us out there that are streaming.
Yes.
Yeah. And during that month off, it was kind of me being like, am I going to go full on with this or am I going to stop? Like, it was kind of weighing it, looking at this bigger room, like, should I move in here? Should I really open up the what we drink in segments, put it out there, try to make this a show, make this actually something that people would like to come in and watch. And finally I was like, you know what? I enjoyed doing this so much. I'm pushing for it. Like we're going for it. But yeah, it was kind of a rough like conversation to have with myself too. Like, do I want to just stop this? Like, is it worth it? Do I have something that people want to see and view and like hang out with? Like, or do I just stop? Like, do I just, stop the grind and
right.
Yeah. So
Well,
ultimately,
we're talking about yourself though, how you mentioned that real quick, where so some of that must have been with the mental health aspect of yourself, right? Thinking that, what,
Yeah.
do I have what it takes? This is like oversaturated. Am I going to be discovered and stuff? Like it had to have taken a huge toll after that, right?
oh, dude, it was, mentally exhausting. Like trying to decide what I was going to do with my future of streaming at this point. Like, I was like, man, I mean, I've always had a hard time with like self-confidence, like just, it doesn't show.
You?
No.
I'm intrigued, man.
I know. I don't know how I work through it, but I do. Like every stream after it ends, I was like, that was terrible. That was awful.
Oh.
But then I like go back and I'll like watch some clips from it, or I'll watch a little bit of the VOD, and I'm like, okay, maybe not. And like slowly I've gotten better with it, where I'm like
with going back into reviewing it.
Yeah, well, and just even being like, you know what, I'm ready to hit that go live button. I can do this. Like, I can push through these mental boundaries and like really put myself out there. But yeah, having, just thinking like, is this watchable? Like, am I watchable? It was a hard conversation to have with myself. Like, and so I started, I've always kind of like gone through clips and like watched a little bit of VOD, content here and there.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch whole streams of myself. Because I was like, in my head, I was like, if I can't sit through 4 or 5 hours of me, why would anybody else? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it on even in the background, like kind of how I would listen to another stream. Like I put it on while I was doing dishes. I'd stop, watch it for a little bit. It was like weird watching myself for that long.
But you're doing this to study like yourself.
Yeah, like pretty much like studying myself. Like, and that actually really helped, because I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe there's something here. I can really work on this aspect. Or, maybe I spent too much time on TikToks, like 3 hours, for example.
Right.
I need to kind of rework it. And yeah, it was a difficult little conversation, man. Like just to, be like, all right, do I have it or don't I?
Yeah.
And ultimately I was like, I got it.
Well, would you have these conversations not only with yourself, but with your wife or anybody else that's outside of streaming, or some people that are in streaming, or
yeah, I talked to my wife about it. My mod Slapmans is also like, he's a good friend of mine, but he's also my boss.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
At work.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome dude. And I'll talk, I would mention to him like, I don't know, man, like I don't know if this content's working, and he'll be like honest with me. He's like, I think you should maybe like spend less time on it. I think you should, kind of, he's definitely put in, an opinion on it, and my wife will, and that's really helped.
Yeah.
Like just to have people that you can be like, I don't know if this is gonna work, and they're like, well, do you enjoy it? And I go, well, yeah, I love it. And they're like, keep trying, like don't give up. So that really helped. I got a really good like support, on my backside.
That is genuinely like it warms me in my feelings, in the sense of like having that support group. A lot of people do wish that they have that, whether it's their family, friends, even like other streamers in communities and stuff like that. If a lot of times it happens where people get envious or they get jealous. It's like, okay, I've been doing this for so long, and then they had just started and they're already up here. Does that ever get that to a point where like you're just barely at 200, but the content that you bring, I feel like you should already been like at 500 or 1,000 by now, right? You know what I mean? Because you deliver content like, dude, I can watch your chat for 4 to 5. I have people. Digi, for example. That man has commented, is fangirling all the time about how, like, dude, the two streamers that he makes time to go to out of his way to, after work or during work, whatever it is, or if he's in the shower taking a deuce, like whatever.
Yeah,
it's yourself and myself,
right?
Because how much of entertainment that we bring to the table. We can just like talk
Mhm.
about our lives, not afraid of like to sugarcoat anything. And like, heck, you have your daughter with you, you have your wife that comes by and like make
Yeah.
cameos and stuff like that makes you really unique. And I'm so grateful to have seen this from you at this start of your Twitch career. But
Yeah.
to yourself, going back to that, where like, does that ever get almost into your mindset of like, man, I should already be here by now, and because I'm putting in not only time and investment of equipment, dude. I think you shared with me one time, you run 2 PCs, man. You're very fortunate to do that, dude.
I do. All right, let's say this. They are definitely not like brand new PCs. They are Frankenstein PCs. But yeah, my mod Slapman's, Jesse is his name.
Yeah.
He is such a huge supporter for me of me doing this. When I told him, he was like one of the only people that when I told I wanted to start streaming, he was like, "Fuck yeah. That's awesome, dude." Everyone else was like, "What's that? Why are you doing that?" Like, and then they came around, but he was like, "No, dude, this is awesome. I think you should absolutely try it." And he helped me build my first PC, which is definitely a Frankenstein PC.
Right.
That thing has like 4 other PCs parts that have been put together, and I bought like the case. So it was a budget one, and then his graphics card ended up going out, and it was at the time where you couldn't buy any.
Oh, during the pandemic. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so he ended up getting a pre-built. He was like, "You should take this other one." He's like, "Your stream will look so much better. You can like really like increase your game quality or like whatever you're doing on your other PC. Like you can up the quality of it."
Yeah.
So we got another graphics card from someone else, and he threw it in there for me, and that has helped a lot. Huge, especially being able to do what we drinking. I don't think I could do it without 2 PCs
Right.
at this point. Just the overhaul that it would take for one PC to run like 2 cameras, the software plus like music. It was a lot. So yeah, big shout out to him, man. He's helped me out a lot
Right.
with stuff like that. So yeah, I got the 2 PC set up. It ain't no big deal.
Ain't no biggie. You mother.
No, dude.
But
I was like, I think I had like just broke 100 followers, and he offered me his PC, and I was like, I think this has got to be a first. I don't think anyone this young at streaming, like during their streaming career, would be running a 2 PC setup right now.
You're very fortunate, man.
Dude, like #blessed, man. Like it is awesome to have that support too. Like very, very lucky, and I don't take it for granted. Like I hope I try not to. Like
so again, you don't try to like have those feelings of like being envious of others or what. I'm just like, I'm just stay the course and like.
Sorry, I went on a tangent.
No,
because I want 2 PCs.
I was excited too to share that because I was like, dude, I don't know anybody else that runs 2 PCs, dude. Except maybe with other person too, but like to openly share that, like to be able to do all these things, because like people that do have the 2 PCs that I know, all they do is playing games. You're over here doing like bartending and painting and stuff like that. That's pretty awesome.
Well, I was like, man, if I got the hardware, like let's do something cool. Let's make something out of it. Like I don't want to just, like I mentioned earlier, I don't got the skills to do just gaming. Like. I don't got those skills, but so back to your question, I definitely had those feelings like early on. I was like, okay, me and so and so we started like pretty close at like the same time.
Okay.
Why? How come they're so much ahead of me right now? What? At first it was kind of like I felt jealousy, definitely. Like
that's okay.
Just being open with it. Like I was like, oh, what the fuck? Not saying like anyone's content was like bad or anything, but I was like, what? Like why? How? And so then I started like really kind of again like studying it. Like, okay, what are they doing that I'm not doing? What can I learn from people that have like started at the same time as me or like maybe a little bit before? And try to bring those in. And I think that's where like the start of like, okay, definitely posting on social media, having these other forms of content out there that educate people, not educate, like inform people, like
yes,
either when you're going live or just like what you're up to. That was a big eye opener. But and then I also too I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter where they're at, this is where I'm at. I'm going to focus on that. And a big philosophy of mine, I can't remember where like the first time I heard it said was, but a big philosophy of mine is, you know, you don't strive to be the best right away. You just you you do your day,
Mhm.
you take a look at that day and you go, all right, how can I make the next day better? Like you just strive, like my goals are, okay, I want to do better than my last stream. What
Right.
can I do better to make it more entertaining, to retain more viewers for longer? Like
Mhm.
that's like the only thing I've kind of been focusing on now. I was like, I'm not going to worry about the follower count. I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm
Yeah.
just going to focus on where I'm at, what I'm doing, and that definitely that took a lot of stress out of it.
That's a
Big
lot of
time.
added pressure, man.
Yeah, like when you start comparing yourself to others, I just don't think it's healthy, you know? Not at all. And so just focusing on me and what I was doing and just really having fun with it.
Right on, man.
So, and you know, and I was like, instead of being jealous for people that have like, you know, maybe grown faster than I have, like I'm going to celebrate it. Like that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's great, you know. So, and that definitely helped too cuz for that first little bit, it can be kind of like you're like steaming like, man, like come on, I'm working hard over here. It does take like you just got to step back and like look at, all right, what am I putting out there?
Yeah.
What can I work on? How can I better the next stream? And that's all I've been doing since then. It's just like, all right, this stream was this great. I'm going to strive for better that day. I'm not going to strive to be the best tomorrow, but just better than the day before. So,
Right. And that's some great
Yeah.
observations there, Wheezy. Like,
yeah.
very
thank you.
eye-opening for people to almost take a step back and literally study is what you do. Like, you did that for
Yeah.
your own streams. You did that for the month of the break. You did that with other
Mhm.
streamers too as well. And again, that one key thing that you mentioned too about like supporting other people and actually promoting them or like shouting them out, that could only garner you some good because that particular person that you shouted out for their community might gain that traction of, hey, you know what, this guy seems pretty cool, like he does this from time to time and like comments and
Yeah.
like likes, so like they're more than willing to more often than not gravitate over to what you're doing, and then like, hence that's what makes that community grow even more because like you'll have
Exactly.
joint you know, members of each other's communities go into one because one has a hobby of this or some interest in
Mhm.
that, and you just never know. It's just a slow building. Again, you're coasting it to hopefully, you know, you'll get there for sure eventually, but slowly but surely, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You just keep grinding, man. And, you know, if you feel like you got something that, you know, is good, then, you know, you just, like I said, you keep grinding with it. And I just, yeah, don't like compare yourself to others. Not at all. Like, that's such a bad mindset to get into. And I'm so happy I was able to pull myself out of it and I did it pretty quick, like pretty early on
Mhm.
in streaming. I was like, what the hell's going on? These guys are getting followers every stream. I might get one every week. Like, what am I, you know, what's going on? And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like,
And now, some slowly but surely rapid fire questions. Wheezy, are you ready?
no, dude, I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Let's
I'm ready.
go.
All right. I was like, wait, did my mic cut out? Hang on.
What is to you, Wheezy C, a guilty pleasure TV show that you watch?
Friends.
Okay.
I shit on Friends, and I don't think it's even that like great of a show, but I still enjoy watching it. I think it has mostly to do because me and my wife will like watch it together, and you know we kind of share it, and so I think it's more of that. But yeah, I watch Friends, and then I don't know. I don't think it's even that great of a show.
Between you and your wife, who snores the loudest?
Oh, me, definitely. Definitely. I've woken myself up, and I will wake her up. She's very sweet, and she doesn't get mad at me during the night, but I hear about it in the morning. Like, dude, you were so fucking loud last night. She's like, I thought you were gonna die. Like,
And you're like, I did.
I was like, I might have. Yeah, like, I slept really good last night. I could have just been dead for a while.
Resuscitate yourself.
The allergies and the asthma, man. I'll be sitting there and she'll just be like, it'll go quiet, and then I hear like this. Like, she'll be like, Jesus Christ.
What's a movie or movies that made you cry?
Lion King,
Okay.
when when the dad gets trampled by all the wildebeest. Come on
It's
now.
heavy. It's heavy.
If you can sit through that without tearing up, I don't know if you got a heart, man. I don't know. It was like a 90s show. I think it's called Pay It Forward. I could be wrong. But basically, like, a kid has a good deed happen to him, and he tries paying it forward, and he like tries to like put this energy out there of like doing good things after good things happen to you, like karma.
Yeah.
And he ends up, spoilers, he gets stabbed.
What?
Yeah. And I remember like watching that, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, he's just trying to be nice.
Wow.
Like he gets like stabbed by like another student, like it's like a bully situation.
Okay.
And I don't think I've watched it since.
Wow.
Because it hit me so hard. I was like,
yeah, man.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that again. Like,
That's like the sad version of My Name is Earl.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
What is your wife's go-to mixed drink?
Right now, it is the martini. She's become a big fan of that. Not necessarily, she likes the drink, but she likes olives a lot.
Okay.
So having a drink that incorporates olives, I've stopped giving her an olive garnish, excuse me, and I'll make her a martini, and then I will bring her the jar of olives with a fork and just set both of them down together, because I'm like, I know you're gonna need more than 2 olives. Like, come on.
And so
I know
you're
you.
Yep.
Yep.
What is something that you geek about the most?
Definitely drinks.
Okay.
Like cocktail stuff. We'll walk into a store and like I'll see like a mixing set, and I'll be like, oh my god, let's go look at it. Like, oh, this comes with the Hawthorne. Oh, look at this julep strainer. It's like scalloped on the edge. Like, oh my god, this is cool. Like, The Witcher. I love The Witcher. So I played Witcher 3, and then I started listening to the audiobooks of it.
I didn't even know
before
the
show
audiobooks.
came out.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a whole. He has a ton of them, and they are just such good storylines, and they're like incredibly nerdy, but like cool nerdy. Like, I don't know.
Hey, being a nerd in 2022 is the shit.
It's the shit, man. Yeah, it's fucking dope to be a nerd right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that and microphones actually.
Oh, okay.
When I saw that you got your new microphone, like you like debuted it, and I was like, dude, what do you get? What do you get?
And I was even surprised. I was like, you do what microphone I ended up getting, or like asking the details of the specs or whatnot, because I was just like, they just got good reviews on Amazon. That's all I know, dude. It was a gift. I'm not complaining, but you're like, yo, it has these specs.
Like, what'd you get, man? What'd you get?
It's like one of the best microphones, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh shit, okay, he knows what this shit, man.
I don't know what it is, man. I love that. I love it. I don't know. It's like it doesn't really do much, but it's a big part of streaming, and
yeah,
they make there's a lot of difference in microphones. I didn't think there would be like so much that would vary between brand and style,
quality, of course,
dude. Dynamic to USB to XLR, whatever it's called. Like, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's been really cool to learn about the whole audio. Like, I still am just scratching the surface, but it's fun to nerd out about.
What is a precious child moment that brings you joy?
A lot of them. I had very, very fortunate to have a pretty dope childhood. I was an only child. My mom and dad wanted more, but like couldn't. So they also made the mistake of telling me that I was a miracle baby, and I have not let them forget it. One of the things that I love the most about my childhood, like one of my fondest memories, is my dad and I, like during the summer, he always had Wednesdays off. Still does, actually.
Okay.
He would make me peanut butter and honey sandwiches, open-faced, and a chocolate milk, like every Wednesday. And I loved them. We would eat lunch, and then we would get into his truck, and we would go just like drive around. And we have like this really big kind of steep hill that comes down, and there's like a bridge at the end of it. Yeah. And he would always go really fast down it for me. And I'd be like sitting in the truck like, ah. And dude, that was just, I think about that a lot, and I've started doing that now. I can't go fast because now people live up on that road because the town has grown, but I'll take my daughter up and we'll do that same thing. Like we'll go around. It's called the Grist Mill, which is like the worst name for a fucking road. Like Gristle, like come on.
Well, so what do you call it then?
We call it the gristmill.
Gristmill. Okay.
Yeah, but it's like gristle, like gristly, like not a good name, but
Anyway.
yeah. So we just call it driving the gristmill, and we'll just go up, and then there's another road that'll take you out around the valley, and I don't know. It was just that was like always like super fucking chill for me, like just to hang out with my dad, and we'd listen to music, and yeah. But I had I could go on for hours about just having fun.
No,
as a kid.
But now that you're incorporating that into with your daughter's life, I mean, like,
yeah,
her being like your heart and soul, like, it does make a difference once you actually have children. Like,
oh yeah,
do you agree?
definitely.
With that too?
Yeah, like I was like, I don't think, I never planned on being able to do that stuff. Like, and so being able to do it now, like, I'm taking advantage of that. Definitely. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go for rides. Like, hell yeah. Like, I love doing that. Hopefully she'll like it too. Like, and yeah, we'll do the same thing. Like, she's only 2, but I'll put on music, like, and she's got to the point now where she's like, Dad, will you put on music?
Aww.
Like, Dad, music? Like, yeah, I got you. I got you.
What's the go-to song you play?
Just recently, actually, I showed her Yes, Yes, Yes by Foxy Shazam.
Okay.
Great song, super upbeat and like fast tempoed, and me and her danced to that for like I was sweating by the time we were done dancing to it because we danced to it so much.
Hey.
And so now she really likes, and it has like good piano in it, and I don't know, just she likes I found she likes groovy things. She doesn't really like I'll listen to punk or hardcore, and she doesn't really dig that. She'll kind of vibe out to some rap here and there, but like something groovy. She likes the Grateful Dead. Like, she likes just kind of like some chill, like,
okay.
Yeah, and then like if a faster song will come up, she'll like dance and like run around in circles. It's awesome.
She has some good taste, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of music, what is your go-to song that gets you out of a funk?
There is a song by Van Morrison called Stranded.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is about that song. Like, the horn in it, it's not like super upbeat even. Like, it doesn't even. He's talking about how he's like stranded on an island, like in his mind. And it's like not a great song, but like I love the music in it, and I love like Van Morrison is great anyway, but just like you can really tell like he was like feeling what he was writing. And I listen to that song and I'm like, okay, I don't know, just something about it, like just I don't know, brings me out of some funks,
I hear you.
I think it's the horn. I think I like horns a lot.
What does it go like? Wah, like some.
It's like a wah 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 wah. Well, I can't do music, but music sounds. But
nice
it's yeah. Thank you.
Oh. What is a big no-no when going into someone's stream?
If I go into someone's stream and they bring up like, "Hey, how was I saw you streaming the other day. How was it?" Or, "Oh, dude, I saw you posted about your YouTube video," or whatever. Then I will be like, okay, cool. But like, I don't think going in there and just being like, all right, I'm going to go stream on my channel and this is what I'm doing in chat. I'm like, leave it up to the streamer to let you talk about your stream, basically. And I don't know. I also like shouting people out too in my stream. And that kind of opens up. Like if I dig your content and, maybe like we raid back and forth or whatever, I'm totally down to like shout people out and then be like, y'all go check this guy out. He's here right now. Like, or this girl, like whatever, Yeah. So I think just like the shameless self-promoting, I just think that's a no-no.
Do you happen to have a favorite Spanish word?
I will say the very first thing I learned how to say in Spanish, apart from like, hello, 1, 2, 3, like we had Spanish class in high school I took, but like my first like phrase was taught to me by other cooks when I was a cook.
Okay.
And I didn't know it, but they taught me how to say I have to poop. I'd be like, Jane, voy a caca.
What is the most underrated movie of all time?
Snatch.
Have
you seen that?
Once in my life.
Dude, I love that movie. It's kind of like Pulp Fiction-y where there's like multiple storylines going on and like, they bring it all together. But man, it is so good. And there's so many good like one-liners, and like the action in it, the violence in it is great. Like Brad Pitt's in it, so I mean, you
Can't go wrong.
Come on, like fangirling all the time.
What a hunk.
What a hunk. Gotta get my mama caravan. Winkle Blue Boys. Yeah, dude, it had that. I love Snatch, and I just don't think enough people know about it.
They don't. What is to you the best movie that you've ever seen?
The one that has stuck with me the most recently has been The Lighthouse. That
okay.
Dude.
A24, okay.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Robert Eggers, man.
Okay.
I watched The Lighthouse with my wife Jane, and like we both sat back in the chairs and we were like, what the like what like what is happening? What just happened?
Like any other A24 movie after when it's over.
And dude, it took me like a month to finally be like, okay, I liked that. Cause like for the longest time I was like, did I like it? Why am I still thinking about this movie? Why is it running through my head so much? And it was just like so visually like captivating for me, and just like batshit crazy. Like I was like, I love this movie. Yeah, I love this movie, and I can't explain why I love this movie. It's just crazy, and it just like it resonated with me so much. Right. I thought it was just so well done.
Because
like,
essentially, it's just it's a simple story, but then it just goes balls to the wall by the end. And it's like, what the heck? These two dudes are in a lighthouse, and then like, not to give away any spoilers for those that haven't seen it yet, but like, there's a lot more into that, and like the psychology of like, it's just them two.
Yeah,
they're starting to like, I don't know if they're talking to birds or they're like just seeing things. It's like, dude,
the scene where I don't want to say too much for those who haven't seen it, but the scene where Willem Dafoe, they're talking about his lobster. You like me lobster, didn't you? You like me lobster. Oh, he did such a good job in that movie too. But it pisses him off, and he stands up and he's like, "Hark!" He does that huge like monologue kind of speech. It gave me chills watching that, and then I read later. I don't know how true it is, but I read later that he did that in one take.
No way. That monologue.
That Hark scene, the curse scene, one shot.
What?
Like one, and that's like a long like.
It's a long monologue, yeah.
He doesn't stop talking for a minute, and to realize like he did that with that much energy and like passion in like one take, that's nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know. That movie just like it's so stuck with me. I love it. I'm actually, me and my wife are planning a lighthouse tattoo on me.
That much it meant to you, huh? To you guys.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it's actually of Willem Dafoe's character at like one of like the end like quick cut that they do. Yeah. And it's like he's like on the ground like covered in coral, and he looks absolutely insane. And I found a really good screenshot of it, and I sent it to my wife, and I was like, imagine this as a portrait piece on my body. And she was like, we're doing it. We're absolutely doing it. And so now I've told people that I'm getting Willem Dafoe like on my thigh, and they're like, why? Why are you doing this to yourself?
You don't understand.
And I was like, dude, like, yeah, that movie, like, it just, I don't know what it was, but it resonated with me big time. So I think I'm gonna go with that. It's too hard to pick my favorite because there's just so many, but recently that one has just, thinking about it now, I'm just like, this shit's nuts, man. Like,
let's watch it after this. Come on now, forget about this episode.
We're gonna go sit down and watch Lighthouse.
As we're winding down on episode 17 of the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show, season 3, Wheezy C, I gotta ask, for everything that we've spoken here in this episode, is there any chance that you're going to want to have maybe an in-person collab session, perhaps like with your wife or with your mother, or like maybe some people that are in the stream community that would come by, or you'd meet them halfway?
Absolutely. I have actually been toying around with the idea of doing a behind the bar episode where I invite either another streamer or like my mom I'm sure she would be down.
Yeah.
And like invite them over and like actually sit behind the What We Drinking bar, and I'll make them a cocktail. We'll do an episode of What We Drinking together, and like maybe have them make it side by side with me, and then just sit down and have a conversation for a little while, and that would be like the whole episode. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah,
and like just good for like, it's something that I haven't done before. Like I've never interviewed, like I haven't really been interviewed like in this setting before.
this is
and
your first
I also
time. This is your first time being on a podcast or interviewed?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've been like interviewed for jobs and stuff, but like, yeah, nothing for like a podcast. So this is really cool for me,
Dude, I gotta tell you, you're a freaking natural when it comes to this, man. Like for whatever
Listen.
reason, like not even like hesitant
Listen.
on. Oh, I'm listening. Yes. The floor is yours, man. I'm listening.
No, that's it. That's all I'll say.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
Mother. No, what I'm saying throughout this whole episode, like it's just been the smoothest episode so far of just like the consistency of like your truthful answers and stuff. And like I'm telling you this right now, and being honest, dude, my cheeks hurt from ear to ear
From getting clapped, right? From getting.
Yes, essentially. This guy. Yes, from my cheeks getting clapped with laughter.
That's right. That's what I do. I clap cheeks with joy.
Fully bricked. With joy. Oh man.
No, dude, but I think doing in-person collabs would be like so much fun. And now that, you know, I know like the pandemic is still like present, but it has like gone down, and I think it opens more doors for collaborations. And I think that would be so much fun to have either go somewhere and meet someone and do like a bartending stream, or just an IRL stream, even like meet someone for lunch and just shoot the shit and have coffee or something. I think that would be really cool, especially if it's like people that might be well known in my community, or that I want to like, you know, put their name out there a little bit more. I think that'd be a lot of fun just to do an episode like that here and there. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be. We have a TwitchCon lurking in October.
I know,
months.
right?
Is there a potential Wheezy traveling over to the San Diego area, or is that kind of like too soon to be doing these travelings, especially with COVID?
No, I definitely would love to. Me and my wife have been talking about it, seeing if it's in the budget, trying to make it work. You know, we might do it where I only go to TwitchCon, to save on some money, and then like her and my daughter can go out and do something else that day, and then like the next day we can all go do something as a family or something like that. Yeah. But I would love to make it to TwitchCon. I think, oh dude, it would be so cool. Like, and I mean you're close by, right? You're not in San Diego, but like
I'm in the San Francisco area, but I'm willing to make the drive. And I've told people numerous times that like, even if for whatever reason, you know, who knows after this episode if we secure tickets or not, if by any chance we don't, or if it ends up being just too crazy, we're like, I'm not here to like, you know, just meet some hot tub streamers or like meet like like any of those like popular streamers or whatnot. But you know, like I would be willing to like, you know, let's find a place, whether if it's at an Airbnb or we'll find a place that like a brewery or somewhere to go eat. We all just hang out there, we chill for a couple hours, and we call it a day. I mean, that's just better than like, to be able to do that.
That would be so dope. Like, so fucking dope. I would love that. Dude. Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
It would be. And it's open to interpretation of like, you know what, maybe possibly like how you mentioned IRL stream. All these other streamers gather around for like, I don't know if it's ever been done before, but so many other collabs of like having all these streamers into one. And it's just like, that'd be kind of interesting to have.
Dude, like almost like if you could set it up at a place where you do you're at like a big like round table almost, and it's just a bunch of streamers like just talking, and like they could all have their own little like IRL streams going. Because I mean, you know, we're not partnered, so we can't do co-op streams, but we can definitely collab, and like everyone could have like their little chat screens and like do IRL stuff with other streamers. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and it's just being different and being able to that creative aspect of like, you know, standing out differently and putting different content out. And what I mean by putting out different content in for example, social media is. I
Mhm.
know you mentioned earlier in the episode where you're kind of still working your way into like figuring out how to put yourself out there on social media with Instagram, TikTok, or whatnot. Is there
Yeah.
Is there an app, or are you gonna work with all three to almost like make it your priority to post? Say for example, on Twitter you post the alerts, on Instagram you post stories and videos, and then on TikTok you just post videos. Is there almost like you're gonna be meshing all that together into one, or is it solely purposely trying to focus on one priority social media app?
I don't know. I don't know if I've done it on purpose. I have been really enjoying posting on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
lately. I don't know what it is. I do try. I don't know if everyone does it, and I don't even know if it's like the right way to go about it. But I do try to like tailor the content for each platform.
Mm-hmm.
The TikToks and the Reels are really nice, and the Shorts are good to just like kind of like recycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, as far as like actual posts go, like I try not to post what I posted on Instagram to Twitter. You know what I mean?
Like exclusive
So like,
content.
yeah, like exclusive content for each platform
Mm-hmm.
type of thing.
So that you would
I don't
think that
know.
someone would be doing, like, for example, I do that. Would that mean something? And I guess along the lines for you, would that be hurting someone doing that, like oversaturating on all the other platforms, or it's just not for you? Like you're just like, all right, cool, I have that mindset, like I'm going to be putting out different content, different platforms.
I think it's fine if you definitely like you just wanted to like make one, you do one thing, you put it out there on everything. If your Twitter's like just for going live alerts, then it's just for going live alerts.
Okay.
I think it's just kind of like missing its potential that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
like I do posting like going live alerts. I try to do it on Twitter when I have something that's coming up. I always do the what we drinkins because that's always a big deal for me.
Right. Right. That's the main
Or like
difference.
if I'm playing a new game, I like to post that I'm going live, or and so I try to tailor it for that, but I also try to do just like regular Twitter posts in between those. So if someone comes to my page, a big turnoff for me on Twitter is like going to a page and seeing like it's only going live
I see.
notifications.
Mhm.
And it's like, and that could also be from, I think there's an integration with Discord that will automatically tweet out for you that you've gone live.
Okay.
It could be stuff like that too, but to me, I'm just like, I don't want to, personally, I don't want to follow that. I want to see that person taking the time on that platform to make it theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I don't know if that,
No,
I don't know if that answered your question.
No,
like,
I completely understand that, because
yeah.
it could get oversaturated with that kind of like, all right, I'm going live. It's like, well, I would want, if you kind of want someone to almost like get that, like, hey, you know what? I probably should check it out. Give them a reason why.
Yeah. Like if I want you to follow me on Twitter, it's because I have content on Twitter that maybe Instagram isn't going to see, or that TikTok won't see. And then like also vice versa, I'll post pictures on Instagram, but like those will probably never go to Twitter, or stuff like that.
Yeah. Would that also have like a double-edged sword where maybe someone shouldn't be putting out certain tweets, or like you kind of can control yourself, like, you know what, I don't want to go too personal, or I don't want to put my like mental health out there or whatnot? Is it for others that do that, or for yourself too? Do you think that's a little bit too much, or is it kind of okay to put that every now and then?
I think it's okay. I personally don't do it. But I think if your channel and your community kind of has a mental health focus, mine is more like I've kind of tailored it to be like a place where people can come to like forget and like take their mind off. You know what I mean? I am definitely open to like talking about situations and problems, but it's more for me. It's like a relaxing kind of, you come in, you can focus on this. Hopefully it'll maybe take your mind off of it for a while.
Right.
Something like that. But like if you have if your content or your, you have a mental health day on your stream or whatever, I think it'd be totally fine to like tweet that out or post about it. I think sometimes Twitter can become a little too personal because, and I guess it's also like, it depends on how you view your own stream. Like, to me, it's not a job because I like doing it too much for it to be a job, but it is like a business. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you said it during the break, like you're the producer, you're the director, you're you're putting yourself out there, you're branding yourself. And when you can kind of do some like stuff on Twitter and Instagram and stuff that might be like a little too personal.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just that's kind of my opinion.
Almost
on it.
like almost like breaking character of like, you know what, you're known for this,
Yeah.
and it's just like now you're using this platform to like complain about, you know, the 5 minutes you had to wait extra in line for a Starbucks drink. Or
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
unnecessary.
Like, oh, your coworker was a dick today. Like,
Mhm.
and you know that. Yeah, work through it. That's great. For me, I didn't. You know, I followed you to see your content.
Mhm.
I don't know, but if that's part of your content, then hey, that's great. That's great. You got a place to let that, you know, to work through those issues.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little different for everybody. For me, I definitely don't do that. I try not to do personal stuff
Mhm.
on social media. I like doing stuff that involves the stream or just funny things. Or Twitter is like, that's kind of where I like just will post things that I'm like haven't really thought all the way through.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I posted out like we hung the raisin, and then I realized like no one has any idea what the raisin is. Like they're gonna look at that and they're gonna go, "What is a raisin? Why is it hung?"
That's a clickable thing. Like that's clickbait. They're like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is this? They're gonna ask you more like, oh well, if you come
Like-
by the stream the next time, like this is the little inside
Like,
jokes that we have.
Look at the raisin on the wall. Like,
Yeah. How can you not notice that big old raisin?
yeah. So I don't. Yeah, it's kind of a hard question, but it is different for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, definitely.
I mean, you
But,
tackled
yeah,
it.
if
You
have
tackled
a-
it pretty well, though. I want to
Okay,
say
cool.
because
Thank you.
a lot of people don't want to step their toes on people on like certain things that they bring about in like their social media platforms, because essentially you are an entertainer. You and I, we
Yeah.
bring entertainment to people that literally take the time out of the day to either turn on their phones or their computers, go on the app, go on the site, and even if it's just lurking, they'll keep you tabbed open because they want to support in any way. So,
Yeah.
and if you kind of start separating yourself from what they think that you are to begin with, because I could be like this chill dude, and all of a sudden I'm here complaining about this and that. And it's just like, well, dude, Slowpoke, you're meant to being a positive dude, and you see the light in things. Like, why all of a sudden you're being hypocritical? You know what I mean? And it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't ever see you doing that with your social media platforms, Wheezy. But like, and I totally understand now that hearing it from you, it's just like, you know what? There is a difference between, you know what? If I need to vent to somebody, I'll vent to my wife, or I'll vent to, you know, some friends outside of streaming. But when it comes to this platform itself, this almost like this golden child of like, you have this and you do not want to mess this up by any or taint it by any means.
Yeah, exactly. I usually, like, whenever I've been doing stuff, I had a like a while back when I was, again, bringing up being a cook, but
Sure.
I had a Instagram page that was called Chestnut Bites, and it was just me going to restaurants and like taking these really unflattering photos of myself like mid bite, like it's like a big old dirty burger, and I'd be like just raw dogging it, you know,
Right, yeah.
for lack of a better term.
Sure.
But and I kept that profile, but then I also had like my personal Instagram,
Mhm.
like that I would post pictures of my daughter. I would post
Okay.
you know, photos of the dogs, me hanging out at the lake one day.
Mhm.
Kind of stuff like that. I don't know. I think having like maybe two, because again, like I'm looking at this as more of a business in a way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so like as a business owner, you wouldn't go onto Twitter and be like, "Oh my God, this guy was late today. Like what a douche," you know?
Mhm.
Like that would be best saved. Like maybe make a personal Twitter account
Right.
that you can just go out, you can vent. Maybe your friends follow you, like whatever. But to me, this is just me. Like I look at it more as like the business is posting it.
Thinking of the long run of like the
Yeah.
brand and your community and what you're bringing to the table, and like the last thing you need to do is taint it, and it's just like you're here trying to like almost have a rebuttal or recover from it. And
Yeah.
and you just never know if you're gonna make it out of it, you know.
Then again, too, like if you do have a focus on mental health with your stream, like, hey man, you know, post that you know, maybe that you've been struggling and
Mhm.
you know, you want to reach out or you need to reach out to other people in the community. Like that's great. Absolutely great. But just personally, it's not the way that I've done it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, no, and it's a good analogy, and especially just you being that or setting that almost that base of like, you know what? Yeah, I know there's a time and place for this, but when you come over to the streams with mine, you're gonna forget all about that and then some, and you're gonna walk out with something. And of course, it's always laughs, dude. It's always smiles.
Yeah.
And it's always a great time. So like to hear these things about in the episode we had our conversation, like almost that self doubt, like, you know, I didn't do a good job, and it's just like, hopefully by the time this episode airs and people are listening to it, viewing it, and reach out to you, because you'll probably gain some, like a fan or two, maybe a couple.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just more of the realization that, you know what, you are doing something right. Like and not only just myself, I always say us as a streamer, us as a community, we in favor. We're so honored to have you here. And just the fact that like you're so willing to go the extra mile to put a smile on someone's face, like especially for me, like I've been having a tough couple months, and I gotta say, there have been times where like it's either I'm gonna just cry myself to sleep, or dude, Wheezy's on. I'm just forget about it, dude. Like I'm having the time of my life, and so like, even if I'm not even chatting, if I'm just lurking, dude, it is something that brings me joy and very comforting and just love too, man, because I love the success that you're having, and it's to think that it's just the beginning, dude. You know what I mean? It's really, it's so great to see that from you, and not to give up on what you're doing, man. So I appreciate you for not giving up and setting the good example of like, you know what, dude, like it's okay to goof off. It's okay to look at like these weird peanut butter TikTok videos and like just ramble on about stuff, like, you know, like just like about emotes, for example, or like I don't know, the chat goes off and you're like, okay, get distracted, okay, come back.
Right, like, all right, I gotta bring it back, and I gotta focus here, like, absolutely. And again too, like I've told the chat and stuff, like, if you guys need to talk about something, you know, let's talk about it, definitely. But I would like it to be a place where you come and you can just like, you leave your worries at the door for a while, just like a little relief for yourself to come in and hang out and just, you know, vibe out, really. And then like if you need to reach out, absolutely, like the DMs are always open.
Yeah.
So, because I think that is like, I don't follow it all the time. Like I tell people like, hey, you know what, you're having a rough time, reach out, let's talk. I don't follow my own rule all the time.
don't we all?
Like I'm always like, I always want to help people, but like again, like when it comes to like helping myself, I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to anybody about this. This is my own problem. But like, it is good to let it out every now and then. Reach out and, you know, just work through it. Sometimes you just need that. So
yeah, and then working through it, Wheezy, I would like to give you this moment of time, basically the floor for you to let us know what your future plans are going for the year 2022. And if there's anything that you want to talk or put your plugs out there, please, the floor is yours, Wheezy.
Let's see, OnlyFans, coming out here, the Only Cams.
You got the Only Cans, I got the Only Feeds. Can you explain the Only Cans? What?
only Gams. I for some reason called my feet my Gams.
Okay.
And now it's just stuck, and yeah, I don't have any plans for OnlyFans, but
okay.
Basically a huge focus on what we drinking, the YouTube content, along with building the live viewing experience to be two separate things. Like I said, I don't know if we said it during it or during a break, but I'm getting 2 cameras set up, so like when you view it live, you still have like that fun live Twitch experience. You can send sound alerts, people will hear them, they'll think it's funny, but it won't like ruin the recorded file. Like it'll be done separately. And I want to have like, I really want to focus on just giving like a really good experience for both the live and the edited viewing of what we drinking. I want to do more collabs. I love playing games with other streamers and talking, and I just think that to me is so enjoyable. I want to do more of that. Okay. Definitely. So those are the big ones. What we drinking, man? I wanna send this thing out there, you know?
To the moon.
So, to the moon, baby. To the moon with booze.
There you go. Well, Slowpokes, again, this has been really fun. We're halfway through season 3 already, and this is one of the most very laid back, conversations I've had, and I ever since I've had that interview with Lavender Cube, she said it best. It's like I'm just FaceTiming you. We're just having a good time, and like,
Yeah, man.
Check the time. It's like time just flew by like nothing, man. It's just like
No, I could not. When we took that break and you told me how long we've been talking for, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, it does not feel that long,
right
at all. Like, you, sir, have done a fantastic job.
Thank you much, man.
Don't want to be a kiss ass to the host or anything, but dude, you're killing it.
Here, put this on. Chapstick. Chapstick. Pucker up. Pucker up, you son of a gun.
No, man, this has been awesome. I have enjoyed every second of it. Super fun.
Great.
And just honored to be here, that you would see me fit to be in the Monday Nyquil podcast. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
And to think this is only the beginning for you, Wheezy C.
Hopefully.
Yes. You can catch Wheezy C over on Twitch, Wheezy_C. Social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube. No OnlyFans. Instagram.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wheezy C, everybody. And as for me, I've been your host, SlowpokeFelitos. I'm a part-time streamer, part-time alcoholic, a seasonal Catholic, an official Lego Builder license holder, and the host of the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show. It's good to have you, Wheezy C. I'm so honored to have you here. I'm still giddy. I'm fangirling still. Thank you so much for making this happen. I'm so glad that even through all the obstacles and all of the just the timings, we're just not aligning. But tonight we finally got to do this, and
we did it, dude. Thank you for making it work. This is awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Persistence, my friend.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it for us here on the Monday Nyquil Podcast Show, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Adios, everybody.
Adios.
Oh, wait. Better yet, send us off with your good night version.
My good night version? Oh, good nart, everybody. Good nart.